Well, welcome back to Chanute High School. First game of the year, the girls were victorious in their opening game of the year against Caney Valley. Now it's the boys' turn. We're getting ready for all the pre-game festivities here. We're going to get to see exactly what the boys are working with here in just a few minutes. Two seniors on this team, in Sean Williams and Cam Kester, but pretty young beyond that. Well, there you have it. Starting lineups out of the way. We are getting ready for action. You saw it, I hope. You got to see some of the video board action here for the Chanute Blue Comets. Amazing stuff over there across the way from me. during the starting lineups. And we are almost ready for action here. First game of the season. Boys basketball. Sean Williams, Larson Kester, Caden Seamster, Cam Kester, and Eric Irby. Your starting five for the Blue Comets. A couple sophomores out there starting in the starting five for the Blue Comets. One of them is there on the tip. Ball goes to Caney Valley first. We'll try and get these names as quick as we can. Here's the ball knocked away. Sean Williams has it. He brings it down the floor. Kester almost triggered, now into the lane. Kicks out to Seamster for three. Off the back iron, no good, out to Larson Kester. Larson into that lane. Kicks out to Cam. Cam spinning into the lane, and we've got an offensive foul on Cam. It's offensive foul, and the Bullpups will come back with it. Bullpups with Jack Billingsley, Anthony Rogers out there. Number 22 with the ball, Gage Grant, a junior. He's the point guard for him. He's across half court. Grant gets the offense started. Over there to Gavin Stimson. Chanute man-to-man, forcing him out, way out on the perimeter now. Now a three-pointer on the way for Caney, and that's good. Gage Grant for three. That looks smooth. 3-0, Caney Valley. Here's Sean Williams to start the offense for the Blue Comets. Caney in the zone. Williams probing, now gives it off to Seamster. Irby in the corner. Larson Kester with it now. They're trying to work the ball around, see what they can see in this zone, find a hole in it. Patience. Good patience being exhibited by the Blue Comets, not forcing anything. Now here's a ball into the soft part of that zone, and Kester takes it in and misses a shot, but Sean Williams comes down with it. And he'll take it out and reset. Here's Larson Kester into the lane, kick out. Irby with Sean Williams. Now Larson baseline. Steps through, swing, now good ball reversal, and found Sean Williams on the post. Little up and under maneuver is good. Nice little pump fake, got him free, split the defenders. And Chanute is on the board. Here comes Grant. Grant, oh, nice little cross there. Little pull up from 15, good. Well, early on, Gage Grant has a silky smooth looking shot. Kester on the wing, puts up the three. Money, drilled it. Larson Kester with the three-pointer, and we're tied up at 5. And here's Grant splitting the defenders, but nowhere to go with it. Now up to the middle, Billingsley. Back to the wing to Grant, little fadeaway. That one's no good and draws nothing. It's an air ball, but Caney Valley retains possession. Now shot put up, missed, but kicked out again to the Bullpups with another offensive rebound. Here's Jack Billingsley into the lane, and he's got a layup good. Well, this is a senior-laden team for Caney Valley. It's going to be a tough test here for the Chanute Blue Comets, the first game of the year. Caney leads 7-5. Kester. Cam Kester, that is. 2 Kesters on the floor. Got to specify. Now down to Cam in the post. He's working against a double team. Now kicks it out. Larson Kester on the wing. He puts it on the floor and puts up a nice little 15-footer. And Larson Kester showing a nice soft touch. Makes it 7-7. Back comes Gage Grant. Now ball stolen away by Seamster. 2-on-1 break. Seamster all the way to the hole. Misses the layup. A lot of contact, nothing called, but we'll play on. Chanute with the ball. Kester, a shot. Larson, that is, no good. Rebound, Caney Valley. Gage Grant brings the ball back down for the Bullpups. This is Anthony Rogers with the ball. Ball almost stolen by Sean Williams. Now, ball knocked away for good. And Seamster, we're going to have a a foul call away from the ball, looks like. We're going to call that one on Anthony Rogers, his first. Caney Valley's first. Tied 7-7. 3:45 to go here in the first. Sean Williams brings it across the timeline to Cam Kester. Cam out to Larson Kester. Larson, a sophomore, has 5 points here early. Caden Seamster up top. Larson almost triggered again, but decided to pass it on. Chanute very patient, working it around, trying to find a spot against the zone to attack. Here's Cam Kester spinning to his right, but the ball is blocked out of bounds. Good defense right there by Caney. Sean Williams to trigger the inbounds, gets it out to Cam. Boy, he's looking baseline, thought he had him, but he did not trigger. Here's Larson Kester on the right wing. Down to the baseline. Ball knocked away by Caney. Sean Williams retained it, but now it's stolen. Here come the Bullpups. Grant with it. Over on the wing. Now down to the baseline, and almost lost it and is lost as that bounce pass bounced in the wrong spot. And back to Chanute. Well, we've been deadlocked at 7 here for a couple minutes with no scoring, as these two teams settle in. Irby back to Larson Kester. Now top again. Ball reversal, now down to the post. High post. Now cross court to Seamster, who backs up for 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound Grant. Here come the Bullpups. Grant crossing, and now dishing, and the ball, good defense by Irby, and he's gonna get called for a foul. Well, Irby jumped that pass and looked like he had 2 hands on the ball, but maybe saying he had to reach a little bit too far across the body for it, and they hit him up for the foul. His first. Now the ball for a right-handed hook shot is no good. Boy, it crawled across the rim tantalizingly, but he couldn't finish. And Chanute will come back down again to try and break this deadlock. Into the high post to Sean Williams. Kicks out to the Kesters. Now Irby for 3 on the reversal. No good. Rebound, Caney Valley. There's no one in there rebounding there for Chanute when that 3-pointer went up. Here's Grant for 3. In and out, no good. Boy, every time he puts it up, that ball looks like it's going to go through the net. Rimmed out on that one. Here's Cam testing the left side of that zone. Now an errant pass by Sean Williams. Looked like maybe Eric Irby stopped on a cut, faked out his own teammate, and that is a turnover. We've got a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout by the Blue Comets, as Coach Devin Crabtree wants to talk it over as things have gone stagnant here in the last few minutes. Both teams settling in on defense. Expect to see the defensive side of the ball be a little bit stronger than the offensive side of the ball here in the first game of the year. Caney Valley, a senior-laden ball club. 4 or 5 seniors on this squad, and that's, I mean, we're talking, it's not a very big roster from top to bottom, all told. Caney Valley, a smaller school, but a lot of seniors. Expect this one to be a battle all the way throughout tonight. Even though Chanute is a little bit bigger of a school, Chanute with 2 seniors, also 2 sophomores starting out there. Here come the Bullpups. And here's a offensive foul as Anthony Rogers left the ball for a teammate, but then kind of used his follow through in that action to kind of throw a block for his teammate, and the referee called him out on it and called a foul. And the Blue Comets back to work against the zone, trying to get something that's not a three-point look. Here's Cam Kester into that lane, and that freed up Caden Seamster on the baseline. Well, that was a pretty looking attack of the zone right there. It's exactly what they needed. And Chanute back on top, 9-7. Here's Grant working it up the floor again. Now back to Brandon. Brandon almost lost the handle, had to tiptoe the sideline. Now throws it up for grabs, and Irby knocks it away. Little transition opportunity here for the Blue Comets. Kicked out to Irby. Now up top to Seamster. Seamster thought about it. No. Here's Cam Kester going baseline. Little baseline runner, no good. Rebound comes down to Stimson. Caney Valley back the other way. Under 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Low scoring first quarter. Both these teams looking for a rhythm. Grant holds onto the ball, 7 seconds now. Now he's got to get rid of it. He picks up his dribble, 4 seconds. Deep three on the way, no good. And rebound down to Cam Kester. That shot will not count. And we've reached the end of one. It's 9-7 Chanute. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this. You're watching a Comet Vision KFEX production of Chanute High School basketball. The start of the second quarter. Chanute leads 9-7. Blue Comets, 2-point lead. They've kind of struggled forward here. Both teams trying to find a rhythm here early. Same starting five out there for the Blue Comets. Sean Williams, Eric Irby, Caden Seamster, and Cam and Larson Kester. Now here's a ball knocked away on an entry pass turnover. Chanute. Back the other way come the Bullpups. Grant up ahead, almost had a pass stolen as Irby got his foot stuck over here on in one of the seats. You don't see that every day. Glad he did not twist an ankle or anything in that process. Bullpups triggering the inbound. Irby again knocks the ball away. Boy, I think he was surprised to see that pass come in. His defensive positioning was so good there. He was a little surprised that Grant tried to trigger that inbounds pass. Otherwise, that might have been a steal the other way. Well, the referee having a talk with a couple of the young players. Keeping them honest on the contact. And Caney Valley gets the ball in bounds. As they weave it and hand it off out on the perimeter. Here's a three-pointer on the way. Good. Jack Billingsley, and that shot looked smooth as well. Some shooters out on the floor for the Bullpups. They lead by 1. Caney will stay in that zone. Chanute has struggled at times to deal with this. They've been successful when they've had someone get aggressive and drive into the middle. Now a ball reversal gets an open three-point look for Seamster, which is no good. He's 0 for 2 out there tonight. Here comes Caney the other way. Good backdoor cut by Billingsley. No good. Excuse me, that was Stimson. And back the other way comes Sean Williams on a transition attempt, and he's going to get fouled by Grant. Grant hustling back, but as we told you, Caney Valley not a super deep team. That's just his first foul. Thought maybe that might be a second. Just his first foul. Third team foul. Sean Williams in the line to shoot 2. Free throw is off the back iron. No good. First sub into the game for the Chanute Blue Comets. Number 22, Parker Manley. A 5'10" junior. comes into the game for Eric Irby. Williams, second free throw up and good. We're knotted up again, 10-10. Here comes Billingsley, out to Grant. Caney has multiple players that can handle that ball. Now that ball off the mark as Caney wasn't ready for it, and the turnover. Now a 2-on-1, Kester to the rim, good. A nice forward pass there, and in transition, Cam Kester gets an easy lay-in. 12-10, Chanute. As Chanute extending the defense a little bit now, making Caney work. Grant hands it off to Billingsley, having trouble finding room as he's trapped against the sideline. Now goes all the way in, and he's going to charge into a waiting Larson Kester. Well, great D got the Caney Valley player flustered, and he charged in. Larson Kester was set and waiting for him. And Chanute with the ball and a 2-point lead. Cam calls out a play. Now back to Cam Kester off a screen, little 18-footer on the way and good. That was honey-filled shot. Sweet and smooth. 14-10, Chanute leads. Now a trapping defense again, and this time too much body by the Chanute player. A foul on Sean Williams, his first. Team's third. Caney Valley will throw in underneath. Now they get the ball into Stimson. Out to Grant, and Sean Williams picks up his second foul in about 5 seconds. So Sean picks up 2 quick ones. We'll see what Coach Devin Crabtree elects to do with him here, as they've been playing a more aggressive style of defense, and he's got a sub ready to come in. Perhaps unsurprising. He doesn't want to let up on the defense. And we'll see Jordan Duncan for the first time today. 5'8". Looks so little out there. Sophomore Jordan Duncan into the game for his first action. 5.5 to go here in the first half. We've got a travel there on the far side by Caney. Chanute will get the ball back. Up by 4. Larson Kester will bring the ball down the floor. Some young players in there right now. Duncan thought about triggering, did not. He gets it over to Parker Manley. Larson Kester also in there. There's a couple sophomores, a junior. Now he's got it to Cam. Cam Kester, the lone senior in the ballgame now. They're joined by Caden Seamster, another sophomore. So a especially young 5 on the floor for Chanute. Here's the one senior, Cam Kester, putting up a tough shot. No good. And the rebound comes down to Caney. Here's Grant. Boy, Grant has very good ball handling ability. Now, number 13 into that lane, nowhere to go. Good defense by Seamster, but a good pass to Stimson, who couldn't finish. Well, he did everything right there but finish. There's Larson Kester into that lane, and a little reach in by number 13, Anthony Rogers. Rogers picks up his 3rd foul of the first half, and that's going to earn him a seat on the bench. As we talked about, Caney not a deep squad here. And the coach of Caney Valley, Jim Deaton. Here's a 3-pointer on the way, no good, as Duncan did not hesitate. Put that up immediately. But it was in and out, no good. Here's Caney the other way. Nice little move by Billingsley, but the defense recovered, but he shuffled the feet and was forced into a turnover by Parker Manley. So the Chanute defense really picked it up here in the second quarter. It's not like they were playing poorly in the first quarter, but it's even more intense now for Caney trying to get anything on the offensive end. Kester for 3. Larson drilled it. Boy, his shot looks so soft and so smooth. He gives him a little bow and arrow action on the way down the floor, and it's 17-10 Chanute. Here's Grant. Billingsley trying to probe that Blue Comet defense, which has been tough right now. Grant trying to find a way. They're weaving around the perimeter. Here's Billingsley into the lane, and Nice dish, but couldn't finish. Well, Caney's beat it a couple times, but couldn't execute when they did. Now on the wing, Manley for three. In and out, no good. Well, this is going to be a three-point shooting team, the Blue Comets, but early on here, the shot's not falling with consistency. But they do lead 17-10. Caney finding this man-to-man defense hard to navigate. Here's Grant pulling up 16-footer, no good, way off the mark. Cam Kester, the rebound. Now he's got it up the floor to Caden Seamster. Pump fakes at the basket and puts it up and in. Nice, solid maneuver for Caden as he looks over to Coach Crabtree. He might need a sub. 19-10 Chanute. Now here's a drive and miss and rebound of Blue Comets. Caney getting one and outs. One opportunity and then back the other way. Seamster, Duncan wanted to trigger again. Boy, he wants to shoot, doesn't he? Larson Kester for three again. Good. Larson Kester with the hot hand for the Blue Comets. Oh my goodness, he's so unassuming looking out there. But man, if you leave him open, that shot is just butter. 22-10, Chanute leads. 2:41 to go here in the first half. Full timeout. We'll take a small timeout. You're listening, or you're watching Chanute High School basketball. .241 to go in the first half. Chanute leads 22-10. This is part of a 15-3 run for the Blue Comets, as they have widened the lead here. They've gotten out to lead thanks in part to the shooting of Larson Kester. Impressive in his first varsity action here tonight. Here's Grant across the timeline for Caney. Here's a quick trap. Well, they weren't ready for that. And here's the ball knocked away. We're going to get a foul on Cam. That's a hustle foul. No, excuse me. They're going to call a foul on Caney. I was going to say, I thought they were going to call that on Cam. And instead, they're going to get the Caney Valley player for it. No, they did call it on Cam. Okay. Everybody was walking the other way. Kester with his second foul. He's incredulous about the whole ordeal. Instead, it'll be Caney Valley basketball. Here's Grant in the backcourt. Collects a screen up top. Now into that lane. Pump fake, a nice up and under, and defender from behind, I believe that was Manley, had no choice but to grab out for his arm. And Parker Manley fouls him from behind, and that'll send Grant to the line for two. Two shots on the way. Gage Grant, a 6-foot junior point guard for the Bull Pups. He's been impressive. He's a good-looking young player. Very good ball handler. He's hit a couple shots here early. First free throw is up and good, and the second one is also through the rim. 22-12, Chanute leads by 10. Here come the Blue Comets the other way. Duncan over there on the wing, Jordan Duncan. Now back up top. Irby was looking for a baseline, but the ball knocked away and stolen. Here comes Caney. Grant, little crossover and back step back three-pointer. And Grant looking pretty good. Three-pointer makes it a 7-point Chanute game. Seamster into that lane, missing. Irby with the rebound from behind, but he's going a little too strong and got too much of the body. And oh, little push here after the thing. We're going to get a technical foul on Gage Grant. Well, he can ill afford that. Again, Caney not a deep team, and Gage Grant has been their best player early on here. And a technical foul is the student body of Chanute chance. You can't do that. They're absolutely correct. You can't do that. He took both hands and just kind of gave Caden a shove. So it's going to be, first and foremost, a foul was called on a Chanute player, so you're going to see some free throws for Caney. First one's up and good, and then this ball will come down the other way. Second free throw, bouncing around and in, and now Chanute will get free throws on the other end. 22-15 as it sets up here. Larson Kester will take the technical free throws on the other end. And this says a lot about Larson's shooting ability. Sophomore is the one chosen to shoot these free throws. So Coach Crabtree puts his sophomore on the line to shoot the technical free throws. That gives you a little idea of where he sits in the shooting department as far as his coach is concerned. Second free throw up and in. And Larson is leading the Blue Comets in scoring here tonight. 24-17, Blue Comets leading. Jordan Duncan up top, off to Irby. Now to Seamster. Seamster, baseline to Manley. What a great find by Seamster. Manley patrolling that baseline. It's a good place to be against the zone when the ball's in the high post. Great look by Seamster. And it's 26-17 Blue Comets. Caney back to work. And the defense for Chanute continues to be pretty aggressive. Now in the lane for a tough shot is Caney Valley. Rebound comes down to Seamster. Up the floor to Manley, who stops, pops, and hits. Well, he just got himself under control and went up against a taller defender, but the defender was kind of flat-footed. Now here's a pull-up three from Caney. Jack Billingsley just drills the three-pointer to bring it back into single digits. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. Irby dribbles out before he can get trapped. Off to Duncan. Back to Herb. Now attempt at the trap again. Is up top to Larson Kester. Chanute patient with the ball. They'll take the last shot if they can get it. Now, tries to find Duncan in the lane, out to Larson Kester. Pump fake, driving and scoring. Wow, he split the defenders and spun one up there, and Larson Kester has been a revelation. 30-20, 7 seconds to go. Kick out. Stimson, no good. Air ball, 3 seconds, 1 second. Larson puts up a runner, no good, off the top of the backboard. Well, there was just a part of me there for a second was like, that's gonna go in, isn't it? Larson Kester with a great first half, the sophomore, showing off the ability on the basketball floor, and he's got the Blue Comets leading them out to a 10-point lead at the half. It's 30-20. Enjoy the halftime show, folks. We'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back. We're getting ready to start the second half here. Chanute leads 30-20. I'm told by my crack team of production assistants that I was mispronouncing Eric Erb's name the entire first half. I did that because Dr. Kellen Adams, the superintendent of schools, announced his name as Erby in the starting lineup. And I just figured if anybody knew, it was Superintendent Kellen Adams. So he convinced me I was saying his name wrong. But apparently he said it wrong too, and I took his lead. It takes a big man to own up and take responsibility for those mistakes, and I am not that man. It's all Kellen's fault. Getting ready to start the second half. Chanute looked very good in the second quarter of that game. Caney Valley, a very feisty Caney Valley team. Seniors, a lot of seniors across the starting five of the Bullpup squad. And Chanute did it with their defense, really suffocating defense in that second quarter, leading to transition opportunities and the shooting of one sophomore, Larson Kester. Bullpups will get the ball to start off the second half. Here's Grant working against Sean Williams. Grant almost lost his footing, but managed to keep his balance. Chanute still playing man-to-man, and a very suffocating man-to-man as there's Erb. Erb has been playing great defense all night. Here is Caney trying to find some sort of lane to the basket, not working. Grant and Erb again steps into the lane to stop that drive. This time, Erb reaches a little bit too late. He's going to get a foul called on him, a little reach in. Reacts to seeing someone up off the bench as he's going to draw a seat here early. Meanwhile, a 5-second call as Caney Valley couldn't get the ball in play. And Erb does take a seat. Parker Manley into the ball game. That's tough for Eric. Eric playing hard defense out there. Picked up a cheapie. Now has to take a seat for a little while next to the coach. And Chanute on offense for the first time in the second half. Cam over to Larson. Larson into that lane. Splits the defenders with a little Euro step, but the referee says that wasn't a Euro step. That was a travel. And a turnover right there for the Blue Comets. I call everything a Euro step until they call it travel. I just assume I haven't seen it and it's a Euro step until they call the travel. There's Caney on the other end. Now kick it out. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound ripped down by Sean Williams. Williams up that floor in a hurry, pressing the issue. Now a little Euro step himself. Got a free layup and avoided the defense. And Sean Williams, now Larson Kester poked that ball away, and he gets called for the foul, and he did not think so. The referee had a great look at it, though. It happened right in front of him. And Kester, Larson, draws his first foul. 32-20, Chanute leading here at the beginning of the second half. Here's Grant with Sean Williams on him. Now going baseline, and a nice pass in the middle, and the foul. It's a basket and a foul for Anthony Rogers. That foul was on number 22, Parker Manley. His second personal foul. Three-point play opportunity for the Bullpups is up and no good. And now a foul on the rebound. That's going to be on Gavin Stimson of Caney Valley. His first foul. Team's first here in the second half. Williams bringing it down the floor. Off to Manley on the wing. Up top, working it around the perimeter. Caney playing the zone pretty much all night. Here's Cam Kester, a little pump fake in the lane. A little right-handed runner, short, but gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Larson Kester, who misses. I half expected him to not miss since he hasn't really done that much. Here's Grant with the other way as they almost threw it away but retained possession. Some slick dribbling almost resulted in a turnover for Gage Grant. Here's a deep three for Caney Valley. It's off the back iron, no good. Chanute the other way. Cam spinning into the lane. A little layup is up and good. Had the defender on his heels. Nice little spin back to his right with it, putting it up with the left hand. Good play there by Cam. 34-22. Grant into the lane. Whoa. A lot of contact there. Lucky maybe the foul didn't get called, but it's back the other way for the Blue Comets. Now swing out wide to Larson, who had time to study it, missed it. Rebound, Seamster had it for a second, but it rolled off his leg and out of bounds. So after a good shooting first half for Larson Kester, he's missed his first couple opportunities here in the second. Back the other way come the Bullpups. Oh, nice little move there into the lane by number 13, Anthony Rogers. Crossover up at the top of the lane, got him free. Here's the Kesters up top. Around the perimeter, Seamster had a look at it but did not trigger. Now a errant pass, but hustled down by Sean Williams. And Williams goes to work. Now cross court to Cam. Cam goes baseline and pulls up and hits the shot. Well, Cam just made something happen there. It wasn't real bad defense by the Bullpups. Cam just made a play. Now into the lane is over the top of the backboard. I'm not really sure what happened there. That ball just kind of got away from him. Here's a steal down the other way, Kyler Brandon. Pull-up three for Caney Valley on the way, no good, but an easy rebound and putback for Anthony Rogers as Chanute did not get back well in transition. It remains a 10-point lead now, 36-26. As Chanute walks it down. Well, Chanute, when they have taken care of the ball, really has played good enough defense where Caney Valley hasn't had much of an offensive opportunity. It's only been off of turnovers and then not getting back on D like there that Caney Valley has been able to get some easy baskets. Chanute a little too lackadaisical getting back on the defensive end. And that's back down to single digits. Caney trying to build a little momentum. Cam almost pulled up there at the top of the key, decided against it. Now over there on the wing, and Caden Seamster, baseline three, is off the mark again, and Caden's had a tough shooting night. And the rebound comes down to the Bullpups. A chance to draw a little bit closer here. Gage Grant looking for a way in the lane, finds the crossover but misses the shot, and Seamster with the rebound. Now numbers the other way, 3-on-1 to Cam Kester. Nice pass by Sean Williams, and a quick timeout called by Devin Crabtree on the made shot. It's a 30-second timeout, and Chanute back up by 10. So a little mental lapse there by the boys for Chanute, but no damage done. A turnover or a missed shot the other way, a quick rebound in transition, and the Chanute remains up by 10, and it gives Coach Devin Crabtree a chance to talk it over, take a little maintenance timeout, do some maintenance, and just talk to his team a little bit about hustling back on that defensive end. And I'm sure what he's telling them in this huddle is, hey, when we don't turn the ball over and Caney has to run a half-court offense, there has not been much there for them. It has been in transition that Caney has scored the bulk of their points, especially here in the second half, or in the third quarter, as it were. 38-28. Chanute lead, Caney Valley with the ball. Billingsley brings the ball up here. As the defense extended out 25 to 30 feet from the basket. And here's Rogers trying to work into the lane, nothing doing. Again, the half-court set, Chanute's defense has been pretty daunting. Here's Grant with a contested three, air ball. Rebounded by Brandon. Well, he just got good position, and Parker Manley did about all he could, but he's out-heighted there, and he's outsized by a good little bit. Kyler Brandon, they don't list a weight for him. But I'm guessing he's sitting right around 200 pounds. Meanwhile, Parker Manley at 5'10", just gives up a few inches and a lot of pounds there to Brandon, who just had good position on him and was able to get that rebound and complete the three-point play. Erb back into the game now. Here's Seamster working into the lane. Tough shot there. It just hasn't been Caden's night. Maybe forcing it a little too much. That'll come. It was a good move. Grant, another tough shot for him. He's also struggled. Here's a block by Caden. Well, good defense by Seamster. It's a great way to make up for overextending on the offensive end. Come back down, play defense, and make a play. Cam Kester pulls up for three, no good. Batted out, but right to a Caney Valley player. And now a break opportunity for Rogers. Seamster trailing, blocked off the backboard. Has words for him. Not in his house, he says. Nice block shot by Caden. Caden now into the lane, and we're gonna get a foul up top on Rogers, who just kind of ran into Caden accidentally there. It looked like they were gonna let him play on there for just a brief second, but the referee, probably better to call it at this point. Things have been a little chippy at times between some of the players for Chanute and Caney, so better to call it and keep them from having too much contact with each other. Good officiating. Inbound play. Here's Sean Williams setting up the offense. Sean crossing over, now into that lane. Kicks it out to Duncan. Caden Seamster has it, fakes right, goes left, and nice move, and boy, absorbs the foul. This is tough luck tonight for Caden. Doing all the right things, making some good moves, just can't finish. Those will come, young player. He's too strong and too athletic and too talented for those shots to not start falling. So he keeps making that move, and he's going to start completing it. As it is, he's got 2 free throws. First one's up and good. Back out to an 8-point lead for the Blue Comets. 1:31 to go here in the third. Seamster's second free throw is up and in. 40-31, and Seamster's going to get a little rest now. Back into the game is Larson Kester. Larson was the leading scorer in the first half. Has been quiet here in the third quarter. Here comes Gage Grant for Caney Valley. Erb has been pretty stellar man defensively in this game. Hasn't scored many baskets, but been really, really good on the defensive end. Here's a swing over to a new player in the game for Caney Valley. Tough shot. Boy, he was in the land of the trees. That was Austin Carrender, maybe getting his first action of the night. Cam Kester, tough into that lane. Couldn't finish. There's Sean Williams, who's done just a little bit of everything. Ball nearly stolen by Gage Grant, but Sean Williams, really kind of one of those do everything, be everywhere kind of guys here so far tonight in this initial first game. Handles the ball a lot, kind of the point guard for the team, but just been kind of all over the floor. Plays good D, makes good decisions. Under a minute to go here in the third. Chanute leads by 9, and they will hold it up here and work the ball around. Be really patient. Backdoor to Larson Kester, nice cut, pump fake, good. Well, Larson made a great cut, backdoor cut towards the basket, and he just got away from the Caney defense. It's back up to double digits. Gage Grant over to Carrender. Carrender looking for somewhere to go. Nice little move into the lane. And Carrender with a great move to the basket to bring it back to single digits. 17 seconds to go here in the third. Backdoor, that's passes off the mark. Well, that looked like Eric Erb quarterback. That ball had some mustard on it. 11 seconds to go. Caney will get the last opportunity. Down by 9 here in the third quarter. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Grant's going to have to do something with it. To his right. Pump fake. Pulls up for 3. No. Draws nothing but air again. He's thrown up a few air balls tonight. The defense for Chanute has been good. At the end of 3, Chanute leads it 42-33. We'll be right back. Getting ready to start quarter number 4 here. First game of the season for the Chanute Blue Comets. Looked pretty solid. Things have gone pretty well tonight. Caney Valley, no pushover here in the first game of the season. They are a smaller school, but lots of seniors on that starting 5, and they have been game and fought hard. And Chanute's played really well. I think what you're seeing here in Chanute is the potential they have for the rest of the season, and the potential is that they could be a very good offensive team as the season goes on. They haven't been so much tonight, which is expected. A lot of the shots haven't fallen as much as they'd hoped, but this is not, they're not shooting just for the fun of it. This is going to be a good shooting team. Those shots are going to start falling as they get their legs underneath them. What you have seen is very, very good defense by the Blue Comets, and you have to be excited if you're a Blue Comet fan for what you've seen tonight, because as the offense works its way to equal the defense, this is going to be a very good basketball team. Cam Kester just abusing the defense down in the post, and he just went strong to the basket, scored, and was fouled. So great move by Cam Kester. The senior just decided, I'm going to score here, and you're not going to get in my way. Foul was on Billingsley, his second, team's 4th. Cam calmly to the line and hits the free throw to complete the three-point play. And it's out to a 12-point lead. Caney back to work. Suffocating defense again by Sean Williams. Gage Grant has been game getting into that lane. That's a tough shot, circus shot. Great defense by Sean Williams. Cam missed the shot to get it down to Caden. Now he's got Caden wide open, who's going to go baseline. Now kick it out to Cam Kester for 3. Missed. Well, what a great decision by Caden Seamster. He could have shot that shot. Instead, drove baseline and found the senior open. He just couldn't complete. You like to see that out of the sophomore, though. He's had a tough shooting night. Still doing great things. There's a miss by Brandon on the other end. Rebound, Larson Kester. Larson, no defense, steps up, and we're going to have a block on Kyler Brandon. Kyler looked like me in the food line. We ain't moving. I ain't getting out of line. He stuck the arm out a little awkwardly, did Brandon. So the feet weren't moving, but he got him with the arm, is what they're saying. It was probably a good call. Nice cut by Herb. The dish by Cam Kester. Beautiful offense right there. 14-point lead for the Blue Comets. Here's Gage Grant the other way. Whoa. Initially had a step on Sean Williams. Then there was a foul call, and Grant thought he was going to go up with that shot anyways, and Sean Williams said, no, sir. Sean picks up his 3rd foul. Team's 5th. Rogers to trigger in underneath. Kicks it out to Brandon. Brandon trying to find a space against Cam Kester, but good defense by Cam. Now backdoor cut by Rogers, and he's got the shot. Well, he's done some good cutting on that back end. Post player for Caney Valley. He's not super tall, only 6'2", but done some good work for the Bullpups. There's Sean Williams spinning into the lane. Runner, no good. Rebound, Stinson. Caney can get this back to within 10 here. Rogers, little pull-up jumper, good. Well, that one looks smooth. And Rogers has started turning it up here for the Bullpups. Back to within 10, 6 minutes to go. So still plenty of time for Caney to try to make a run at this. Hand off to Herb. Caney instinctively kind of picking up their defense now, and it's also notable they've gone man-to-man here. Caden Seamster, though, one-on-one. Here's the problem with the man-to-man, is now you're going to have to stop the one-on-one maneuvering of a more athletic Chanute team. So they were in a zone for most of the game, now going man-to-man out of necessity probably, down by 10 with 5:45 to go. The problem is you've got 5 guys on the floor most of the time for Chanute who can take it one-on-one. They've got the skill and the athleticism to do that. First free throw for Caden is off the mark. No good. It's tough luck for him tonight. Second free throw is good. on the way. And it's an 11-point Blue Comet lead. Here's Grant. Pulls up for three. No good. Rebound. Hustled for. Looks like he's going to get some help. The referee's going to get some help. He initially called off White, I think. He is going to stick with that call. So it did look like it might have went off of Herb. Herb not even looking at the play behind him, just in his defensive position. Of course, if he didn't agree with the call, he's a good kid. I don't think he would let him know anyways. At any rate, it's Caney Valley ball, a three-pointer bouncing off the rim, off the backboard, and in. And it's an 8-point game. So Caney trying to make a run, under 5.5 to go in the game. And Chanute will slow things down, be patient. And Caney with the man-to-man going to try and force him into making a decision earlier. Now to Cam Kester on the post, kicks out to Larson. Larson into that lane, out to Seamster for three, no good, short. And Caney with the rebound. Well, things could get interesting here if Caney's able to add some points to the ledger. Rogers in the lane, spinning against Larson. Kester, nice little left hand. Well, it looked awkward the way he spun to his left and shot with his left. That close to the basket, but it went in. And it's a 6-point ball game. There's Sean Williams up at the top. Hands off to Larson. Larson back to Caden Seamster. Working into that lane. Nice spin. Caden Seamster, well, just like we said, timeout by Devin Crabtree, 30-second timeout. Caden Seamster hasn't had a great shooting night. Little tough luck on the shooting, but the skill is so advanced. And the athleticism is there that he keeps going, he keeps being aggressive. Those shots are going to start falling. He's one of those kids where even on a tough shooting night, you're not going to keep him down for long. And on that one right there, he just made his way to the basket and made a great spin move into the lane for two. Takes Chanute back out to an 8-point lead. 50-42, last 4:30 coming up. .431 to go in the game. Chanute leads 50-42. Caney trying to make a run here. Chanute picking up full court here, man-to-man. Little token pressure. Now they'll fall back. Grant goes to work. Now over to the wing to Stimson. Stimson, boy, he almost lost the handle. Was able to keep control. And now boy, just, you gotta love the hustle of Eric Erb. Just a whirling dervish out there on defense, but overcommitted on that one and picks up his fourth foul. And Coach Crabtree will bring him out to save him in case they need him for the last couple minutes of this game. Jordan Duncan comes in. Excuse me, that's not Jordan Duncan. It's Parker Manley. I was right the first time. Caney to work. Rogers, who's been the star for the second half of Caney. Here's a three-pointer on the way, no good. Rogers pulls down the rebound, though. Grant into the lane, lost the handle, was able to retain it, and got pushed over. And that is a foul. Yeah, maybe Grant lost his footing a little bit. A little tough luck on that call maybe for Caden Seamster, who picks up his first foul. Initially, I thought that was going to be the call. Because it's a late call, I think Caden was thinking maybe that was not a great call, but from here it looked initially like that was going to be the case. Free throw on the way is good. was a good call by the referee. Second free throw upcoming. And it is in and out, no good. Ball tipped. Who will it be out off of? It's off of Stimson of Caney, and the ball will go to Chanute. We've got a timeout. Coach Jim Deaton for the Bullpups calls a timeout. It's a full timeout. The last 3:51 of this game coming up when we come back. You're watching a Comet Vision KFEX production of Chanute High School basketball. (50-43), the Blue Comets lead by 7 with 3:51 to go. They'll trigger the inbound. Caney not applying any pressure right now. They'll maybe try to D up a couple more possessions here before they feel a need to pressure the inbounds. They've done pretty good in their half-court man-to-man here the last few possessions. Chanute goes to work. Here's Larson into the lane, and he draws the foul. And then one of the best shooters for the Comets will go to the line to shoot two. Kyler Brandon beside himself a little bit on that call for Caney Valley, but the referee got him, and looked like, again, it was a good call. These officials tonight have been a solid crew. Solid crew. When things were getting chippy earlier, they kind of tightened it down a little bit. They've done a good job of maintaining control of this game, which is what referees are there to do. First free throw, up and good by Larson Kester. Second free throw off the mark. He missed one. So an 8-point lead is where we're at. A handoff to Gage Grant. They get it to their point guard. Out to Stimson. Manley almost stole it. Now ball deflected, and Parker Manley's got it. It's a little jump ball called. Good sportsmanship right there as both players kind of helped each other up and gave each other a pat. Good defense by Parker Manley. Now Grant will trigger the inbound because Caney had it on the alternate possession. Here's a steal by Seamster. Couldn't handle it, however. Saved it back into Caney. Grant, oh, nice dish to Brandon. It's back down to a 6-point lead. 6-point advantage for Chanute. This is the closest the Bullpups have been in quite a while. Under 3 minutes to go now. We'll see how this affects their defense. Chanute content to kind of throw it around the perimeter right now and not really taking any chances. And Caney still waiting on him at that three-point line. Here's a backdoor cut, not there. Didn't trigger. But Chanute not being pressed into any action. They've run 30 seconds off the clock here. And Caney is going to run out of time. They're going to have to extend that defense a little bit. Here's Manley. To Larson, just again. Little weave out at the top. And Caden Seamster faked like he was going to go in. Now the defense extends a little bit as Caney Valley starts to sense that precious time is ticking away. Now the defense extends, but they're going to leave themselves open to that backdoor cut, which is exactly what Larson Kester was trying to do. Now Cam dribbles into the lane. Nice pass to Caden Seamster, who couldn't get it to fall, but the tip-in is there. Sean Williams, well, it was a great cut by Caden Seamster, but Sean Williams was there to clean up the miss. Back up to an 8-point advantage. Into the lane is Billingsley, high off the glass, draws the foul. The shot does not fall, but he'll get 2 free throws. Caney Valley team, this team's going to have a very good year. This is a good basketball team. I'm not sure if Caney is 2A or 3A, but they're embarking on what I am assuming is going to be a pretty successful year. This is a feisty bunch, very talented, very skillful. They're just not very deep. Chanute's able to go about, I think Coach has gone about 8 deep tonight. And Caney really, they've had a guy come in off the bench here and there, but really it's been that starting 5 most of the night. Here's a full timeout. The last minute 39 coming up. Last 139 of the game coming up. Chanute leads 53-47. 6-point advantage over Caney Valley. They have the ball. They'll throw in, and now Caney will extend the defense. Man to man. They're going to try and deny this inbounds pass. Oh, nice little maneuvering there by Cam Kester. Positioned well. And that's how they get it in bounds. Now a trap in the corner, but he gives it off to Larson. Larson Kester now against Brandon, who makes a move, and Larson shrugs him off and called for the travel. That's what I thought he was going to call. There was a little extra little step in there. No foul called. I thought that was, no, they didn't call a travel. Well, one of the officials called travel, but the other one called a foul. So the foul called on number 13, Anthony Rogers. That's a bad one for Caney. He's been their best scorer in the second half. He has to go to the bench, and like we said, Caney not really coming with a lot of subs. They're a team that clearly wants to go 5.5 deep. Because number 15, Austin Carrender, did have a great move earlier, but he has not been utilized much in this game. So Larson Kester steps up and hits both free throws calmly. He's coffee talk with Linda Richmond because he's like butter. There's a backdoor cut by Caney, and Larson almost had the steal, but he's going to get called for the foul. Well, that was a tough pass. Tough luck there for Larson, as that was a dangerous pass for Caney. That's his second personal foul. And to the line goes Gavin Stimson for the 1-and-1. First free throw is no good, and the rebound way up in the air to get it is Caden Seamster. And now with 1:08 to go, Chanute really slowing things down. Here comes the defense to extend. Manley's got it. Now over to Seamster. Back up top to Cam Kester, who might keep this in his hands for a little bit. Stimson trying to get him to do something with it, and finally gets him to put it on the floor. 50 seconds to go. Cam hands it off to Sean Williams. And now it's a little dribbling clinic as Larson, boy, I don't know if that's the guy you want to foul. You had two other players, and Sean Williams and Cam Kester, both pretty good shooters, but it seems pretty clear that Larson Kester, as he was the choice to take the technical free throws earlier, might have the best free throw stroke on the team. He got the ball, they fouled him immediately. And he steps to the line and he misses one. Well, so there you go. Shows you what I know. Now into the lane is Billingsley off the glass, and good. 6-point game. 30 seconds to go. Now Larson trying to do some work. Brandon applying some pressure. He gets it across the timeline. Now looking. Too much time coming off the clock for Caney. 18 seconds. A lot of precious time. And now Brandon will give the foul again on Larson Kester. So Larson hasn't enjoyed the success, the offensive success he had in the first half from the field. He's gotten a lot of free throws here in the second half. And continues to add to his total that way. Very impressed with him. Sophomore. Really, really good shooting stroke. Soft touch. Second free throw is rolling off. So it's a 7-point game. Caney can edge a little bit closer, and there's Billingsley all the way to the basket and a quick timeout. 5-point game with 6.9 to go. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. Caney still looking at a uphill battle. Most certainly will have to make a steal here on the inbounds to have a good shot at trying to give them a shot at the end. I mean, at this point, you're just hoping for a shot at the end. Down 2 possessions, that almost certainly means steal here on the inbounds. They get the ball inbounds, you're going to have to foul them. You're down to the other end of the floor. That's just not going to work for you. So Chanute in a position where if you can just get the ball inbounds, this game's probably over. And maybe it doesn't really hurt maybe to try and send a guy long here, because even if you get, as long as you get a piece of the ball, you can't overthrow. But if you get a piece of the ball and the ball goes out of bounds, you turn it over somewhere on this end of the court, that doesn't really hurt you and in fact helps you. The clock's your friend right now. So we'll see if Chanute sends anyone long here. Is man-to-man, and they do send Seamster long. The way he had a step too, they didn't hit him. Instead, they got it directly into Larson Kester and immediately fouled him. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Once they get the ball in, it's a bad set of circumstances for Caney, as now they're down 2 possessions. And that's assuming Larson Kester doesn't hit both these free throws. And you've got 5 seconds to travel the length of the floor again and somehow get another possession. It doesn't look good. Although Larson missed a couple free throws in a row and 3 of his last 4 now. Second free throw on the way. And it's good. It's 5.6 to go, 6-point lead. Oh boy, and they get it inbounds right in front of them. That's going to take a lot of time. Billingsley pulls up for 3, but that is going to be the end of the ball game. And the Chanute Blue Comets start the season off 1-0 with a 57-51 victory over a very game Caney Valley Bullpup team. This was a fun one to watch as well. They both were, the girls and the guys' games. Both very entertaining. 2 good teams going at it. 4 good teams, I guess, if we're talking about the girls and the guys. And it was a fun one to watch. The boys tonight, if they played a good game. Player of the game, I could give it to Kester, which is cheating because there's 2 of them. Larson Kester was the leading scorer of this game, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to give the game ball to Cam Kester. Cam Kester, when they needed the baskets the most, he was the guy who took charge. He was in the lane. He was the one getting into the post and doing some work down there. So I'm going to give the game ball to Cam Kester just from an overall leadership position. He played a very solid game, but really could have gone to any number of guys. Larson Kester, of course, put a lot of points on the board. He was very good tonight. Eric Erb, let's not be mistaken here. Eric didn't score many points, but what he does on the floor defensively and off the ball is such a great thing for this team. This is going to be a very good defensive ball club here for the Chanute boys as the season goes on. And also, Caden Seamster had a tough night shooting, but you can see that most of those shots were bouncing around on the rim. He's going to start completing those, and he's going to be a force as this season goes along as well. This is a very good team. The future for for the boys and the girls is bright, and we are happy to be able to go along on the ride with you all for the tech classes here, Comet Vision, everything they do. Instructor Mr. Caleb Wood, who is the teacher of these tech classes, the students who make all this happen. You know, they do all the work with the cameras and the production and the graphics you see on the screen. They're busy during the school day making all this happen. All I do is sit here and call the game for you. That's our part in this. But so for them, on behalf of the executive directors of the Fire Escape Youth Ministry, which is what KFEX is a part of, Mark and Marilyn Harms, thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. Love being here. 1-0 for the boys and the girls. It's the start of a great season. Have a good night, everybody.